Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is general or collective, so parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and just leave the rest. That is also a timely reading, and that means that if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time. The perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. Do you want to come up, Stella? Come. Come on. Come. Come on. Okay, don't then. We have the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is talking about the underlying energy for the reading. So we have a big cup of love coming in from the divine and the universe collaborating. Now this is a cup of love. This could be you having more love for yourself. It could be a romantic love coming in, love of someone or something, anything really, and also talking about the energy of something you love to do or something you love to be. It's peaceful, it's flowing, it's an everlasting love that you can count on, and the out of the mud grow the beautiful water lilies. The underlying energy from my oracle, Tales from the Vector, is, and this is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light, is Earth Star. So she's one of the 7 sisters from the Pleiades, and this is talking about the sacral chakra and being able to manifest at a very high level. This is a Super 7 crystal, which is in the painting. This is the crystal energy in the background representing the Pleiades. And so we do have the manifester. When our most precious gift that we manifest from the sacral chakra is babies. Having said that, we can manifest anything that we really put our mind to manifesting. And that sacral chakra energy is very powerful. We do have the Page of Swords energy coming through. Page of Swords is representing some sort of information, communication coming through. This is talking about, the Page of Swords represents the element of air, and this is about your thoughts, mental intelligence, and discipline of the mind. It's talking about, these are 2-edged swords. So this is talking about your intuition on one side of one edge and your logic on the other. The Page of Swords energy, the communication coming in could be coming from within you. This is kind of like a breath of fresh air. It's like an aha moment, you know, when you have an epiphany and I get it, I know what I need to do. It's that type of energy. It can be a relief coming through. The Page of Swords, the pages would work for the king and the queen at a very young age. And their main task would be to deliver communication back and forth, run small errands, tasks, etc. And if they were really good at what they did, they would be considered for knighthood when they were 21, perhaps, and if they could afford a horse. So this is would be a real coup for them to be working for the king and the queen. You know, they would start very young, 7 to 14. You know, in the old days there, they didn't have the life expectancy that we did. So they didn't also enjoy childhood and adolescence as we think of it today. So it can be an indication, though, that this could be talking about information coming in from when you were young, something maybe that you didn't know and it's now coming through. This could talk about, you know, elementary school, high school, starting off in college, university, you know, starting out in the workforce. And it can also be people that you knew from back then, that the information coming in involves them, or they're the ones that deliver the information, the communication. It can also say maybe that this is coming from someone that was maybe someone you haven't seen for a long time, like 7 years, 14 years, 21 years. So let's see what's going on here. We do have the Fool, and this is talking about starting a new cycle. So this is like a breath of fresh air and starting a new cycle, really new energy, good energy to move into, adopting the new. And, the Fool starts out at the 0 point on his journey, and the white sun in the background represents God's energy, being on your destined path and having a clean slate. So beginning out on the journey with just a little bit of baggage here. This is talking about taking a leap of faith and going on a new cycle with a good attitude and being the best version of you that you can be. The tattered sleeves represent that you have been on a cycle before, maybe a few, and you're taking anything you learned in that bundle there. That's the baggage that you have, is what you learned from the other cycles, or maybe in some instances what you haven't learned. And then we have the energy of the 8 of Cups. And so the 8 of Cups is talking about love again. Now, this is talking about having love of something or someone and walking away from it, or them walking away from you. So we've got like 5 cups, and then we have these 2, a gap in the middle, and this third one. This can sometimes represent in romantic love a third party energy dividing a couple. It can also represent just walking away from something you love to do or something you love to be. Like maybe you are an athlete, and let's say you get an injury and now you have to walk away from it. It's that type of energy. You still love to do it, but you are kind of you aren't able to do it anymore. It's that sort of energy. And we have the full moon and the new moon talking about cycles coming and going in life. Sometimes it's time to let go. Sometimes it's time to hang on. We have the King of Wands. This energy is one of 4 kings in the minor arcana. And the king, he's considered to be the sexiest of all the kings. He is visionary, someone who's optimistic. So people enjoy his company. He's got a good sense of humor and can, likes to look into the future. It loves to look for better ways to do things, go on new adventures, enjoys new cultures, and new experiences with different people. He is representing the element of fire, and that is with the wood wand, and wood fuels the fire. So this is talking about taking passionate action. And so this is also talking about the deep roots of our ancestors, and the offshoots represent our descendants. This the element of fire, he is sitting on his throne, and you can see these salamanders in a circle, and the lion are representing protection from fire. There's even a little salamander running by him here, and this is saying that he is ruled by fire, so he is protected from it. And it's also, I noticed that there is a face on the back of his throne here. There's 2 eyes and a mustache here with the nose and a mouth and smoke coming out. So it could just mean he's smoking hot, because he is a hot kind of guy, but it also could represent where there's smoke, there's fire. And this energy could be representing, when it comes to matters of romance and love, the King of Wands has a tendency to be one of the the fire signs. They are the last to be mature enough to settle down. Quite often, they really value their independence and their adventurous side. So they have a tendency, out of all the signs, to be the to settle down later in life compared to the other signs. I mean, they totally can do so when they're ready, but just keep that in mind, because sometimes when there's smoke, there could be fire there. And just keep that in mind when you're in relationships with fire signs, that they have a tendency to value their independence greatly. So they're not going to be in a relationship where they're feeling suffocated and be happy. And this is talking about the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. This is an energy of actually 3 wheels that are coming into synchronicity: the past, the present, and the future. all merging into the now, into the moment that we're in now. And so this is talking about good fortune coming your way. If you've been, this is a lot of new energy and a desire for new passion. So this is perfect timing for the Wheel of Fortune to be turning at this time. Perhaps you're manifesting like something really awesome, like a new, maybe you're stepping into a new career or moving to a new country or just something different that you've always wanted to do and you're really feeling passionate about. This can talk about being on God's destined path. Maybe you have finally realized, okay, I know exactly the direction I want to take myself in. And on one of these wheels is the Hebrew letters for the name of God, which is Tetragrammaton. This is a sacred geometric symbol representing equalization of all forces. So perfect symmetry and divine order. And saying that, that a lot of times people will feel like when there's a lot of change that things are spiraling into control. But I feel like this reading is saying that things are spiraling into control, not out of control. I feel like you're really moving into a position that you want to move into. We have reconciliation here. So reconciliation can imply that several things on this card. There's a lot of illusions in this card because this sometimes can talk about, like if you're thinking about reconciling with someone from the past, it can be talking about that would say that there needs to be forgiveness of some sort. Forgiveness does pave the way for reconciliation. But you could forgive someone, and forgiveness is really for yourself, to heal your heart so that you can open up to new love, new adventures, new passion for life, and heal that heart energy so that you can move forward and you deserve all the love in the world. And so this is talking about you could forgive someone and not necessarily want to reconcile with them or even let them know you forgive them. It's more for yourself. Or there could be some energy where you want to actually reconcile, or someone wants to reconcile with you. Quite often we have Mercury in retrograde right now, and it will be retrograde until July 23rd. And retrograde season is famous for when Mercury goes retrograde, for people from the past or situations from the past to show up again, especially if there's unresolved energy or kind of like a lack of closure. So, you could have people coming in from your past and saying, like, let's, make bygones bygones and want to be your friend again. And that may be something that you don't want to do. It depends on, you can forgive people, as I said, without actually reconciling. And in the summer, we have a tendency to go back, to visit family, go on reunions, that sort of thing. So it could just be representing that kind of energy. Or sometimes this can be talking about reconciling your childhood. You might have wounds from your childhood that you have not healed from. And it can also talk about a lot of illusions maybe from your childhood. Maybe your perception of your childhood is very different from what it was really like. And that's what so this card has a lot of impact to it. And when you first look at it, you see these two children playing in the yard. And it looks like they're playing with these cups of flowers. But then you look again and you realize, hey, that's a gnome and that's a little woman. And the little woman is an old hag from the back, and she's a young woman from the front. They're both wearing this white mitt. Neither one wants these flowers. But the old hag is like, go away, we don't want your stupid flowers. They're not even yours to give away. And the younger version is saying, oh, she's being nice and explaining, well, we're in our finery and we don't want to get our hands dirty and people pleasing. So this is saying if someone from your past that walked away from you and or left you in the lurch or whatever, you had to walk away from them for whatever reason, are you going to people please and let them back into your life, or are you going to be careful with that energy? And it's also talking about, the flowers themselves in these pots are They're white flowers in tarot, represent innocence, but these are not innocent flowers because they come from the nightshade family. This is Datra. And Datra actually is something that the shamans sometimes use to heal childhood wounds. And it creates visions and illusions, or opens your, creates visions to open you up to the illusions maybe from your childhood so you can heal from them. But they know what they're doing, and that's with adults. If children were to ingest this, they would become very ill. You wouldn't leave this, we wouldn't leave this in a yard with you either, Stella. You wouldn't want your children and pets around these, so you wouldn't have this in your yard. And it's also talking about the person in the background here that looks like they were watching over the children is actually someone, just a stranger walking down the path. So this card is saying there could be a lot of illusions from your childhood. And with the page coming in here, there could be information coming in from that time frame, like when you were under 21, that might clear up some of those illusions. That could really give you a new perception on life, and maybe is why the Wheel of Fortune is now turning in your favor. And it looks like there's a gift of a lot of love coming towards you. And this puts you in your star energy. So yeah, this is really good. This is talking about, galactic energy. These 7 stars actually represent the Pleiades in this, and the energy of the chakras. And this is the North Star. So the North Star is your North Node energy in the horoscope. It's talking about moving forward on your destined path, bringing your galactic star energy. It's saying you are a star. If you didn't know you're a star, you are. Actually, scientists have discovered that, human beings are made up of a great deal of water, and so are stars. So you might be more like stardust than you realize. And we have this star energy. This is about you taking your own unique gifts and qualities and pouring that into the universal pool, and then pouring that out onto Earth. And we do have 5 streams pouring out onto the Earth, and that represents the 5 points on the Pentacle star for the Earth energy. We don't have any pentacles out in this reading as of yet, but I'm sure some will show up. They usually, there we go. So yes, this is talking about this reward of pentacles. Oh, wow, look at this. We have 2 aces already in this reading. So this is talking about this cup of love and being rewarded for following your North Star energy and for all the beautiful work, like all of your pouring your own unique qualities into the universal pool and then adding that to the planet to make it a more beautiful place. This is talking about being on your destined path, your path of glory. And this is being rewarded. So this is awesome. It's talking about having a really beautiful lifestyle. Pentacle energy is health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D world. And, we need money to be able to do that. So the pentacle energy is represented by coins. Excuse me. Because this is representing the element of earth, and earthly matters, physical matter on the earth, basically. And this is God and the universe collaborating to bring a beautiful lifestyle upgrade for you. And then you may have been really hard at work, working on something that you now are ready to share. That was the energy that I was picking up. So this could be something that you may have been working on this for quite some time. And it's, at least 8 years. It looks like there's 8 pentacles here as well. So you may have 6 done already and you're working on the 7th, and then you have 1 to go, and then you'll be ready to maybe take it out there. So this could represent not so much walking away from love. It could be, but for some, but it could be about walking towards this reward and, completing this project and taking it out into the world now. It's sitting right on this reward and the energy from the star energy. So this could be like saying that you're ready to move forward and, bring this new energy that you've been working on possibly for 8 years or more, whatever that it could be, and you're ready to bring it out there. This person is very focused on making money here. This is actually the only card in the deck where it shows someone actually pounding out a coin. So it's talking about being focused on your the physical end of things on planet Earth, and maybe wanting to get ahead and be able to maybe move forward in maybe you have met someone and you're thinking about starting a family, and that's like, now you feel like, okay, I have enough together to be able to afford to have a family and provide a home and all of that energy. We have the Hangman energy, which is talking about, the Hangman hangs from the tree of knowledge until he's hanging upside down because he wants to gain a really good perspective about what he wants to do. And this is sitting right on the new cycle, the reward coming in for all this hard work, and then the perspective of how to take action with it. So that's what this is talking about. And I feel like this is like really a breath of fresh air. Reading has a lot of really good, powerful energy to it. I do feel that this is less in this reading about walking away from love and more about walking towards it, and towards these two aces, and this is talking about looking at things from all perspectives, so how you want to bring it out there. You may have been thinking about this for some time and maybe hanging there a long time, so it could feel like maybe the energy's been stuck for whatever reason, but now it's freeing itself and it's time to move forward. We do have passion coming in. This is the rebel with a cause, so this is talking about definitely moving forward energy, embracing the new, and putting maybe your good work out there. Awesome. And so this is, the Knight of Wands is talking about taking passionate action. He's got this big red plume on the back of his head. In the past, he might have been a little bit impulsive and maybe he has a hot temper, but he has learned to rein that in, and this is really allowing him to really feel with his heart and go with his passion. That's what the horse represents. You notice the horse is rearing up, it wants to go, but he's saying, okay, let's take her easy now. And so the pyramids in the background represent his love for discovering the wonders of the world, going on adventures, having that energy, having the wheel move forward and moving into this energy. Now, let's keep going here and see what else is going on. We do have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is talking about wanting to put your mind to rest, and I feel like just go with what's in your heart. And so this is talking about authentic desires, rather than maybe in the past you've been working very logically to, in the 3D world, and now it's talking about you've accumulated enough of that you can move forward now and put your mind to rest for a while and just move into this energy of what you really feel destined to do. And that I feel like this is saying a lot of the real hard work has been done here. Like you can almost hang your mind on the wall here and not worry about it. You've been doing a lot of meditation and prayer for you to get these aces coming in, with the reward for all the work and this can represent work that you really love to do, a manifestation of something that you really love to bring out and do, and now bringing it out. Let's see what else is going on here. We have having the strength and the courage to do so. So this is talking about 100% infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. I do feel like this is this energy saying that you have really done a lot of inner work to teach your mind to, this is on this stained glass window is the word Pax, P-A-X. This is talking about peace of mind, and it's talking about laying your mind to rest and just going with inward so that you can feel with your heart, and you're putting your mind to rest and going with your intuition. And it's talking about having the strength to dig deep within yourself to do this healing energy here. I feel this is really paying off for you to be willing to look at any fears that you have. And like this young woman is reaching into this lion's mouth, and this is talking about digging deep into her own fears. And this is a dangerous thing. I mean, this is a lion that is like a mature male lion, and look how submissive he's being. It's because he can tell she means business, and he represents all her fears from that she hasn't let go of from her childhood. And if you look here at the lion here, this is part of the reason why the King of Wands energy is so willing to step into the unknown and tackle it. Like, he enjoys the energy of that. It's very like it's something that some people don't really like change that much, but the King of Wands enjoys it. He likes to explore new things and tackle difficult projects and prove to himself that he's able to do so. And sometimes he might not be as fearless as he appears to be. You know, it's that type of energy. We have the Magician here. This is talking about an energetic upgrade. It's talking about being able to bring your thoughts and your own special qualities, like this energy of the star energy, down to earth and create your own beautiful garden and add to the beauty of earth with this 100% infinite potential. And look at, this is saying that because you have had the courage to face yourself and face your shadow side and really take a good look at yourself, you're in a really good position to have these aces come in and be able to handle this new energy and be really strong in it. You have all the tools that you need. All you have to do is learn how to use them, and then you know, decide which tool would be the best one to use when. And you know, you may have noticed that if you do have a garden, that if you leave the tools laying around, they don't get up and do the work themselves. So you know, it's about pouring your energy into something so that you can bring as above, so below, what you want down below. And then we have at the top, this could be representing this new love coming in, saying that the Page of Cups is coming in with information, communication, to about a cup of love coming in for you. This could be like the only real player character we have here is the King of Wands, and he might have sent the Knight of Wands to you know, with some information, and now that, you know, to find out, hey, have you seen this person around? You know how I can connect with them? And now this is about him moving forward and offering a cup of love. And this is saying he understands there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he's interested in this one fish, and that's what he has his eye on. So this could represent your energy. And remember, the characters in tarot are archetypes. They're not gender specific. So this could be a female or a male in their masculine energy. We don't really have we do have this female star quality energy, so that could be the energy. But I feel like this is more talking about your energy and being willing to put yourself out there, go after the love you want, go after the lifestyle you want, go after, you know, having, bringing as above, so below. And when we see the Magician here, we can see that he's pointing to the rebel with a cause, saying, you know, you have to take action and you have to be passionate about life, but it has to be controlled. And then pointing to the star, you have to bring your own unique qualities into the world to be able to make a big difference in your life and in others. Be like the King of Wands, be like passionate and optimistic about your outcome. You know, and when the Magician is pointing to this, he's saying these are the tools that you need to be able to move forward. Having like the courage and the passion to bring your own unique qualities out and bring that out into the world so that everybody can enjoy it and you make the world a better place. From the bottom going to the top and back down again, we have a breath of fresh air. There's some really good news coming through. And you've been working hard at a project, and I feel like it's ready. You're ready to move on to a new cycle and really bring it out there. This is talking about the energy may have been stuck a few times. Maybe, things you've had to let go of it here and there, but now it feels like it's all coming together. And this is talking about bringing your own special qualities into onto the planet, moving, having the courage to, be a real strong version of yourself and put that out there, regardless of what others really think of it. What's important is that you're bringing your own special qualities out to be the best version that you can be. If everyone on the earth did that, well, we would have a beautiful planet for sure. And then we do have a beautiful planet, but it would be even more beautiful. And then we have the Page of Cups here, and this is talking about, maybe someone has their eye on you, or you have your eye on someone. This could be the Star and the King of Wands energy. It's the main two players here. And then we have, this could be someone that you knew from your childhood, or sometimes that 7, 14, 21 could be the amount of years since you've seen someone. It definitely would not be someone that you walked away from already. This energy, like someone that you've been in a relationship with, that like it's not like someone that you got married to and then you got divorced and now you decided, hey, let's go another round. It's talking about, this could be someone that but you haven't seen them for such a long time, and maybe, it just wasn't a romantic relationship. And then we have this energy of being at peace in your mind. So just knowing, hey, I'm doing what I was meant to do, and as long as I'm on my destined path, the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn for me. And so if it's meant to happen, it will, and it'll happen when it's meant to happen. If the timing's off, it's not going to happen. You have to just have faith in God's plan, basically, and in your own ability to make shift happen by moving forward. So what's meant to be happens, and that's the energy here. It's saying that you're making some shift happen. It's good energy. I'm going to clarify for those who want further clarification. This is, I'm using my oracle cards, and the numbers on the cards here represent the energy, or the numbers represent the paintings as they're listed in my gallery. On my website, talesfromthevector.com. You can check them out if you would like further clarity. Sometimes they say a picture paints 1,000 words. So we have deception here. You may have gone through energy in the past where you did walk away from love, and that might be why you're on a new cycle here. So definitely for some people, there was that third party energy that I first was picking up. And then we do have the Star energy. I feel like quite often, when we really move into who we want to be is when we lose something that we thought we really wanted. And we have to move forward, The road to hell is paved with good intentions. I mean, you could have all the best intentions in the world to have something work out, and it just doesn't. The timing could be off. Maybe, later in life it might happen with someone, and it just wasn't meant at that time. Or maybe it just wasn't meant with that person at all. And that's what this is talking about. People change a lot over time, whether they recognize it or not. But this is not, I don't feel like this energy, like we have the cycle ending here. So I feel like if this energy, this cycle is over, it's like you're starting out on it with a breath of fresh air and moving forward again, and the wheel is turning. So you might have people coming in from your past that maybe you haven't seen for a long time for whatever reasons, and maybe you do want to reconcile with them, or maybe at the time the energy just wasn't the way it was, you weren't ready for it, or they weren't ready for it, or maybe now they're really interested in your project, or you're really interested in theirs. Or it could represent maybe you were with someone and now you're not, you've been on your own for a while, whatever that is. I mean, we do have love and the reward for our work. And maybe you were working on a major project and just were really consumed with that energy. So it could be a lot of different things. But when things are meant to happen, they do happen. And look, we have the Magician on this energy. Like once you have peace of mind and you're able to quiet your mind and go with your heart, and be in your authentic desires, that's when the real magic happens, and you're really going to enjoy, you're more like the rebel with the cause. It's kind of like you can just be at peace of mind because you just know, you can feel in your heart you're on your destined path. And then we have scotoma. There may have been, there's a good reason why the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror. You need to use your rear view mirror to shoulder check so that, and to look back at the past for a quick moment so that you make sure that you're that you're not doing the same mistakes over and over again. At the same time, the windshield is like the future, and that's what you want to move forward to. There could have been blind spots in the past, areas that you couldn't see. Sometimes the scotoma is when there's a blind spot, and a lot of times people have these in their physical eye. And so it's kind of like some pixels are blurred, but you don't really notice unless it's on your pupil or on a part of the eye where it significantly reduces your vision. So this scotoma can happen in real life as well. And it can be talking about, maybe there's something that you can see and no one else can see it. Or everybody can see something, but you can't. And that quite often happens when there's love for someone, love can be blind for sure. We don't want to see the negative in people when we're in love or we feel that we love someone. And then this can also be something no one can see. No one can see it coming, and then boom, there it is. Or something that absolutely everybody can see. And so, everybody's in agreement on certain things. In a perfectly perfect, imperfect world, that might happen. And we have abuse of power is another karmic space where, when people become attached to things happening a certain way, and it has to be with a certain person, and it has to be done a certain, in a certain time frame, and really, really hanging on to that and not giving, having a lot of expectations about how life should be instead of just anticipating it moving forward in a strong way. That can sometimes really hold people back. And so maybe in, because we have 2 star energies here, which I find kind of interesting because this one's on a new cycle. And this one is after this old cycle ended and this new energy comes in from the past again. And we've got the Magician on this as well. So there could have been something in the past that really, an illusion or something that you couldn't see. And now the universe, part of the reward is going to be being able to see it so you have an understanding. Sometimes we just want to have closure regarding a situation. And maybe, so someone coming in, you might want to be willing to listen to someone's side of a story or, get their point of view on something. It doesn't mean that you have to, hang out with them anymore. You could just take their point of view, and it might give you some sort of closure. That's something you would have to use your intuition on. It can be a healing energy for sure, but you don't want to get stuck in the past as well. And then we have Superstar. This is about harmony, like being able to speak your truth and being with someone that you really, can be yourself with, and that they're not going to, think think less of you when you're being yourself, that you could speak your truth. And it creates more harmony in the relationship than less harmony. Sometimes we can get in situations where we just feel that we have to be the version of the people around us to be able to keep the peace, And that's not much fun. After a while, that can get really old. And then we have the jealousy. So yeah, this is another karmic space. There could be people that are jealous, and we all have moments when we're jealous, but some people might really actually, this is talking about choosing to enjoy your life story and choosing to enjoy the adventures that you go on and having, I mean, that's what we're given as human beings, is choice. So being jealous of someone else's journey is kind of silly, really. Well, it's really silly because, if you focus on your own journey, you may realize, hey, like I would, you can really admire someone and really say, wow, like they're really special, and they're a superstar. Maybe they have a beautiful voice and they can sing, and you really admire that, but you wouldn't necessarily want to be them or actually live their lifestyle. You have your own talents that to focus on and bring those out for yourself. And then we have the hermit energy. So the hermit is sitting at the top here of the pyramid, and it's talking about having safe travels, because it's talking about knowing when to be and when to do. I feel like the hermit is when you've gone through a dark night of the soul. You maybe have had something happen that you found really confusing. Maybe someone comes in from your past and tells you something, and you find out, whoa, my whole childhood, the way that I thought it was a total illusion, and now I've got to figure out how to move forward from this. And that could cause you to need to take some time to isolate sometimes, and just take the time to be in this energy, quiet your mind, and it's sitting right on this energy. So I feel for some people this energy is coming through, but you might find that you go through a little hiccup, where, what people refer to as the dark night of the soul, which can feel really, really bleak. Maybe you've been in that for some time, and you're wondering if you're ever going to be back into like having this love, or is this just a promise for other people, having love in your life and having a lifestyle that you love to live, and being rewarded for the work that you're actually respected and honored for what you do, even if other people don't necessarily understand it, So that's the kind of energy I feel I'm picking up here. Basically, I mean, we have 2 star cards here saying like, shine, you're a superstar, whether you know it or not. Sometimes you just have to make the decision, I'm going to go for it. And I feel like that's this energy is saying, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be myself. And during these confusing times on the planet right now, I'm going to manifest to my heart's content. I'm going to speak my truth and be authentically myself, and move forward in that energy. And I feel that if you do so, that's when you're going to manifest at a level that you had no idea that maybe you even could. And so I do hope that this has empowered you, this reading. I really like this reading. It's time to take the mask off, basically, and be ready to manifest whatever it is that you are holding close in your heart. All right. Thank you for your time and energy, your likes and comments, subscribes. I really appreciate them all. And I will be back with another reading for you again tomorrow. Bye for now.